Ooh. Oh, hey guys. I didn't see you spying on me there. I was just chowing down on some olives and imagining living in the Balkans. To chow down means to eat something. I was just chowing down on some garlic stuffed olive. Look at that olive there with that chunk of garlic coming out. Man, these are good olives. Have you ever lived in the Balkans? You know, I think if there's any place in the world, well, there's so many places I would love to live, but maybe one of the top places would be the Balkans. That would be awesome. Do you guys know what the Balkans are? The Balkans refers to an area of the world. Okay, sometimes in English, like a certain geographical area has a special name. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to teach you the names of maybe 5 or 6 regions of the world that for some reason have a particular name. Okay, so the Balkans. Have you ever heard that word? Which countries are in the Balkans, the Balkan region, or the Balkans? So that word Balkan refers to the area of the world including Greece and the countries north of Greece. So like kind of like Serbia, Croatia, that area across to Romania down to Greece. Okay, so kind of that chunk of countries is called the Balkans. Right, like Albania, Macedonia, you know, whatever, those countries in there, right? That chunk, Bulgaria, I guess, the Balkans, and a lot of people eat olives in the Balkans. That's why I love olives. So it'd be cool to live in the Balkans. Have you ever traveled to the Balkans? I have. I've been to Greece, Albania, Romania, Bulgaria. Maybe that's it. I've been to Slovenia. Now, is Slovenia considered part of the Balkans? That's getting pretty high up there. I think it might be. But when I think of Slovenia, I almost think of more like Central Europe. It reminds me more of Central Europe. Kind of like Austria, you know, Germany. It reminds me more of that area than Greece. But I love all those areas. They're awesome. All right. Now, before I go on to the next area, I want to talk about this word Balkanization. Do you know what Balkanization means? It's actually a word that comes out of that word Balkan, right? But it's a kind of a different idea. Okay, so Balkanization means when a country breaks apart into smaller countries, usually because of some ethnic divisions or like maybe religious divisions. You know, very often there are countries that have many different ethnic groups living in the country, and sometimes those groups are not on very friendly terms with each other. Right, so, you know, for whatever reason, you know, like, hey, do you remember Yugoslavia? Back when I was a kid, there was a country called Yugoslavia. Hey guys, should we just go for a quick walk? It's a bit more interesting than if I'm just sitting here, right? I'll come back to my olives. Nobody steal my... Oh, I wonder if these birds are going to come and feast on my olives. I better not wander too far. I'll keep an eye on my olives. But do you remember the country called Yugoslavia? So Yugoslavia broke apart into some different countries, right? Serbia, Montenegro, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Macedonia, maybe, I don't know. It was a big country. Yugoslavia was a big country, and then in the 90s it broke apart into smaller countries. Okay, so we could talk about the Balkanization of Yugoslavia. All right, so Yugoslavia was a country in the Balkans, but that country was Balkanized, which means it's a different meaning, right? When we use this term Balkanization, we're not talking about that region anymore. Yeah, that word probably came out of that region, but we're not talking about, like, if you talk about the Balkanization of Russia, for example, Russia is not in the Balkans, but you could talk about that, right? If, let's say, Russia were to break up into smaller pieces based on their different ethnic, the Soviet Union, right, was a whole bunch of different countries. The Soviet Union, consisted of Uzbekistan and Tajikistan and all those Stan countries, right? So it broke apart into some different countries, right? So anytime this happens, you can use the word Balkanization, okay, to balkanize, right? Yeah, it happens. Countries get balkanized sometimes, right? They break apart, and usually because of some conflict, right? Like, if you look at the former Yugoslavian countries today, are they on good terms with each other? I'm not sure. There probably is a bit of tension there, right? Like, just this morning I looked on the news and I saw that Serbia is moving its troops to its southern border, with Kosovo, right? That whole crisis, right? They're not on good, there's some tension in that area, right? And so, anyway, so balkanize, if countries get balkanized, they break apart into smaller countries, okay? So that's an advanced word that's good to know. You'll see it in the news all the time. Okay, so that's the first region, is the Balkans, Greece, and those countries north. Not Italy. Italy is not part of the Balkans. Not Turkey. Not Ukraine. I think a mosquito just buzzed in my ear. Okay, so the second one, which one? Let's go north. Let's go to the Baltics. The Baltics. Okay, what are the Baltic countries? The Baltics, that refers to I think it's 3 countries in northeastern Europe. Okay, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Those countries in northeastern Europe. Man, some of these cars just are so loud. People, I don't know why, some people want to have the loudest car in the world, and they just drive around this area at night and day. And I don't know for what purpose, just to bother all the residents in the community. I don't know, but it happens. These people are kind of stupid. Are any birds balkanizing my olives? I just used the word balkanize in a weird way because it was in my head. Maybe if the birds were to balkanize my olives, they might put one olive over here. Oh no, I lost it. Maybe one olive over there, might put another olive over there. Right, they break up my olives. Right now all my olives are in one little container. If the birds were to take my olives all around, maybe you could say they balkanized they balkanized my container of olives. I don't know, I just made up that stupid example, right? So Baltics, now we've forgotten about the Balkans, now we're going to the Baltics. So the Baltics are those countries, the Baltic countries, northeastern Europe. Now, right above the Baltics, there are the Nordic countries, right? Like, actually there are 3 terms that are really confusing, that I've been confused about before. Nordic, Scandinavian, and is it Baltic, the third one? I think so. So anyway, the Nordic countries. What are the Nordic countries? When you think Nordic, think north. What are the countries of the farthest north in Europe? Okay, we got Finland, we got Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Iceland, I think. Those 5 are called the Nordic countries. I have never been... Guys, my lid just blew away. Come on. The wind is making me work. All right. Enough work for the day. So I've never been to a Nordic country. That's weird. I've never been to a Baltic country either. I better do some more traveling. Let me know, have you ever been to a Nordic or a Baltic country? Okay, now there's another weird word called Scandinavia. That's a region, or you can use the word Scandinavian countries. What are the Scandinavian countries? Or where is Scandinavia? I think Scandinavia refers to Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. Okay, I do not think Finland or Iceland like to be included in Scandinavia. So, I think just those 3 countries make up Scandinavia. Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. All right, so those are the kind of the European regions that I wanted to teach you. Now, there's another word that you hear sometimes called the Levant, or the Levant, depending on your pronunciation. I think you can pronounce it both ways. Levant, Levant. What does that word mean? Well, it's a region, okay? It refers to a region. Now, which region? Guess. The Levant, or the Levant. I'll tell you, okay? So it's the Eastern Mediterranean region, like kind of the Middle East there, okay? Like from Turkey down to Egypt, across to maybe Iraq, okay? So that whole region, you got Israel, you got Lebanon, you got Jordan, right? Those countries in that region are called the Levant, right? So I don't know why they're called that. I don't know why that region has a particular name. I mean, you know, continents, you know the names of continents, right? North America, South America, Africa. And then you got these other weird terms like the Middle East. That's not a continent, but it refers to that's a little bit something different than what I'm teaching in this lesson, right? The Middle East is a huge region. You know, like the Middle East could refer to anything probably from, let's say, North Africa to across to like Pakistan, up to probably, I don't know, Kazakhstan maybe, or the Caucasus regions. That's the next region I want to tell you about, is the Caucasus region. What when you hear that word Caucasus, that's a kind of a weird sounding word. The Caucasus countries it refers to that region between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. All right, so you got the countries like Azerbaijan, Armenia, Georgia. There might be some other bits, and I don't know that area very well. Again, I've never been to that area. I have been to the Levant. Have been there. I've been to the Balkans. Okay, so I've been to 2 of the regions. Both of those regions are great. I have not been to the Nordic, Baltic, Scandinavian region. I have not been to the Caucasus region. All right, so maybe you've been to all of these regions. That would be cool. Hopefully I can go to these regions at some point, guys. But anyway, that's the last one that I just wanted to some of these words popped into my mind this morning, and I thought, you know what, I should make a video about this. The Caucasus region, the Levant, what is that? So if you hear these words, they're talking about regions of the world for whatever reason. I don't know. Like, does every region have a particular name? Not really. Like Canada. Well, is Canada in a region? Well, we're in a continent called North America. But is there a certain region? I don't know. Like on my Canada trip, remember my cross Canada trip, we did talk about the different regions, right? Like there's the West Coast, which is BC. There's the prairies, which are Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. You know, there's the Maritimes. Okay, those places out in the east. So yeah, we have different names for regions as well, but I don't know. It just feels a little bit different than the other words I just taught you about, because those words include several countries. When we talk about the maritime provinces in Canada, we're not talking about countries, we're talking about provinces, right? So it's more of those words are like inside Canada. So every country has words to describe, you know, inside their country. Let me know, in your country, are there words? What are the words that refer to different areas inside your country? Or let me know, is there a word that describes the area of the country you live in? Like, is your country part of a group of countries like this, like the Balkans, the Baltics, the Levant, the Caucasus region, right? Is your country part of that? Let me know, because there's probably words that I've never heard of before, and I just wanted to make this video because, you know, you hear these words on the news. If you're listening to the news, you'll hear these words, or if you're reading the news, you'll see these words. And if you don't know what they mean, well, you know, that kind of sucks. It's always nice to know things, right? So I just wanted to help you guys be able to understand the news when it talks about these things. Getting paranoid, guys. My olives were behind me. I thought for a second someone might be stealing my olives. So I'll give you guys a garlic stuffed olive. Ooh, isn't that amazing? Man, that is so good, guys. Anyway, guys, whichever part of the world you're from, I love you. Thank you for tuning into my videos. Thank you for always, you know, all your encouragement, all your support. Thank you for smashing like and leaving nice comments and sharing my videos and that kind of stuff. I really appreciate it. So guys, let me know which area of the world you're in. Hope you're having a fantastic day. You know, here in Calgary, you can see the sun and the birds and the grass. It's gorgeous. I'm very thankful to be from a nice kind of a region of the world that it's at least nice now. The winters are brutal here, but hopefully it's nice in your area all year round. And let me know, then maybe I can come and live in your area. But I'd love to live in the Balkans so I can eat olives every day. That would be awesome. Let me know, do you love olives? If you love olives, then we're in the same boat. In the same boat means you share some situation, you share something in common, right? So we're in the same boat. We both love olives. So guys, with that, I wish you a absolutely fantastic day. Hope you're doing great. And as always, I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.